Hello everyone, it's Easy Weezy here again, and it's a pleasure to be with you guys once again after quite a while since I dropped the last video, and I want to give a big shout out to each and every one of you who has been with me on this journey, who has been working with me, who has been listening to my videos, who has been taking their time to like, to listen, to comment, to read my post, and to even like restock and also leave their comments and leave their ideas and leave their thoughts and sharing their reviews with me. It has been an honor walking this journey with you guys. It has been an honor learning from you guys, and in that I want to say once again, I want to say a very, very big thank you to each and every one of you. And it's a very beautiful day, and I just want to say, if you find such videos interesting and if you find such topics interesting, as I believe if you've been following my videos, I've talked about if consciousness being the follow man, if it's consciousness, that's on my YouTube channel. And then I did another video on reflections and projections and talked about the mirrors and the portals using your phones. And then I talked about quantum synesthesia, which is logic. I also talked about, before that, I talked about the world being a living matrix. Today I'm going to make a new video, and this video is going to be a sequel of my previous videos, as I try to bring out more of my knowledge, more of what I've learned from experience and from my readings and from my findings, and I hope to share with you guys. And I hope as I share, you guys are free to share your ideas with me too, so we can learn from each other and grow together. And that I want to say a big shout out to each and every one of you once again, and just to leave this, and as I always do, about the concept of God. The concept of God has been debated for decades and thousands of years, about the idea of God and who is God, and then in the entirety, the knowledge and the entirety of it. And in that, I just want to touch about on that aspect again, about something you do that has become normal. When you want to go, like you want to sleep, or you want to sleep, actually, you want to go, you want to take a good rest. Before you do that, you actually look for somewhere to sleep, and then you lie down. And it goes the same way if you want to even, like I said, if you want to eat or cook, or even use the restroom, or even do anything that has become so normal, there's an intentionality in that aspect. And in that aspect, that intentionality has become so simple and normal because it's just taken us a long time to get to this point, and that circuitry has been burnt into the brain, as well as making it so autonomous and very, very reflexive, so it becomes very, very easy. And in that, I just want to say a big shout out to each and every one of you again who has been working with me on this journey. And today I'm going to make a new video, and this video is following my previous video on quantum synesthesia, and this is about time. And the question, or the topic, is in the form of a question: are your thoughts bound by time, the quantum mind, and the illusion of now? That is my topic today, and the core idea of this video it goes to explore the possibility that human consciousness isn't entirely bound by linear time. If quantum processes happen in the brain, particularly microtubules, then thoughts may exist outside the rigid flow of past to future. This could explain phenomena like intuition, deja vu, or a sudden insight, a sudden inspiration, a sudden urge to do something that you didn't know or learn, or an idea. It invites us as viewers, and you and I, to wonder whether the mind is not a passenger of time, but its sculptor, bending time like music bends with it. And in that, I'm going to give my ideas in a short write-up, in a short prose, in a short poetry, however you want to call it, as I always say. But I hope as I give a breakdown of it, I hope you enjoy listening to it, and I hope feel free to always leave your comments and share your questions and ideas and opinions too, so we can learn together. And then I start. I hope you enjoy. The question again: if the brain is quantum, does that mean your thoughts are not bound by time? The brain as quantum, a radical possibility. Most neuroscience sees the brain as a biological machine, electric signals firing from neuron to neuron in strict chains of cause and effect. Time flows forward, one thought leads to another, like dominoes. But in the quantum world, things get weird. A particle can exist in two states, superposition. Two particles can be connected across space, entanglement. The act of observing something changes what it is. And most mysterious of all, time may not be as linear as we experience it. Now, what if your brain is not just a chemical and electrical? What if it's also quantum? Some scientists, Penrose, Hemroff and others, propose that deep inside the brain neurons are microtubules, tiny structures where quantum processes might occur. If true, this would mean that your mind may not run only in sequence. It might also branch, loop, and entangle across moments. Are your thoughts outside time? Not completely. Your conscious experience still feels time in flow, past, present, and future. But underneath that surface, on the quantum level, a decision you make might be influenced by future possibilities, not just past causes. A memory could be a pattern, not just thought, but reconstructed across time. An intuition might come from a kind of non-local awareness, like a ripple touching future shores. There is even a concept in quantum physics called retrocausality, where future events influence the past. Wow, yes, but in quantum mechanics, it's not science fiction, it's math. What would that mean for you and I is the question I pose to ask. When you suddenly know something without knowing how you know it, maybe part of your mind is reaching outside linear time. When you feel deja vu or glimpse a moment that hasn't happened yet, maybe your brain is already there. When you dream of something strange and later it happens, perhaps your quantum mind is whispering through time. This doesn't mean all thoughts are time-free, but it might mean that some are time fluid. What does that say about consciousness? If then consciousness is not clockwork mechanics, it is more like a field, a resonance that plays with time as music plays with rhythm. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, sometimes forward, sometimes backwards. You might not just be a product of your past, but also a pool from a potential future. And in that, I just want to leave this thought. What if the mind is not bound by the arrow of time? What if the mind is not bound by the arrow of time, but it is the bow that bends it? Maybe time doesn't trap you. Maybe you are part of the reason time moves at all. And in that, I want to say this is the end of my little story, of my little short prose, my little poem. I did touch about time in my previous post I made it in the beginning of my Substack when I talked about Duchess, David Duchess, when he talked about time. And for those who are going to be checking it out, you can check out my post. I'm going to leave a link along with this description, and then you can check it out to see for yourself what he talked about time and how he puts it. And then in the end of the day, I just want to say a big shout out to each and every one of you once again for welcoming me. Once again, if you find such videos interesting, and find such topics interesting, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, bye for now.